If you ever had a board or library update suddenly break your Arduino project, you know the pain of trying to remember exactly which versions made it work. Now with build profiles and the latest update of the Arduino Maker Workshop extension for Visual Studio Code, that frustration is gone. Today, I'll show you why this feature is a game changer and exactly how to use it. If you haven't tried the extension yet, start with my beginner's tutorial, then come back here to master build profiles. Without build profiles, every time you open an Arduino project, you must manually pick the right board variant, match the exact library versions, and hope you didn't forget some obscure board option. With build profiles, that hassle is gone. Your exact working configuration, board options, and library versions is saved. Even if your Arduino environment changes or updates, your project remains safe. That means reproducible builds every single time. Build profiles have been part of the Arduino CLI since June 2022, and now the Arduino Maker Workshop extension brings full support right into Visual Studio Code. Here is what we'll cover in this video: the basics of build profiles and how to start using them, how to set up projects with different board configurations, switching between build profiles that target different microcontrollers, managing the libraries inside a build profile, a behind-the-scenes look at how build profiles actually work, setting up upload configurations, using build profiles to easily share your projects, and finally, a few key things you need to know. Let's start with the basics of using build profiles. I'll open an Arduino project I released recently, the one that plays animated GIF on this great development board. In my settings, I've enabled verbose compile, which will be handy for today's demonstration. Now click on the Arduino Maker Workshop icon. You'll see a new section called Sketch Project File sitting above the familiar Sketch configuration. This Sketch Project File is the key to reproducible builds. It stores your exact setup in a YAML file. We'll dig into the YAML file a little later in the video. For now, my project has no build profiles defined. To create my first build profile, I can either click this arrow to open the Profile Manager or use this icon in the sidebar. The Profile Manager is where you create and manage all your build profiles. I'll create a new one by clicking this button. It uses my current configuration from the Sketch configuration box. Right now, it's set up for an ESP32S3 with these board options. Let's name it ESP32S3 and click Create a new profile. The Sketch will compile using the current configuration. And once the compilation is finished, you'll see your very first build profile appear. And there it is, quick and easy. Let's take a closer look at the build profile. It contains everything your project needs for a consistent, reproducible build. The platform and its version, the libraries and their versions, the port setting for uploading, and all the board options. Back on the Home tab, I see Build Profiles is inactive. To use the one we just created, I simply click this button to activate it. Now, compiling or uploading will use the ESP32S3 profile. The compile and upload shortcuts in the vscode status bar confirm that. And there's even a new shortcut to quickly select a profile. We'll cover that later. When I compile, the output clearly shows it's using the ESP32S3 profile. You can see it downloading the boards and libraries it needs. Behind the scenes, the Arduino CLI is pulling in exactly the versions stored in the profile. From the compilation results, I can verify the exact versions of the board and libraries used. For this project, I had noted for my viewers the versions of boards and libraries I know my project is compatible with. Let's change the profile to those specific versions. And let's compile again. you'll see it download and install the exact ESP32 3.2.0 platform and matching library versions, just for this build. And here's the magic. Even though it downloaded those older versions, they are not installed in your global Arduino environment. I can check, my newer versions are still there. That's the power of build profiles. Guaranteed reproducibility without messing up your setup. If you find this feature as exciting as I do, hit like, subscribe for more Arduino tips, and consider buying me a coffee to support the channel. Many thanks in advance, you are amazing. You can test your project with different board configurations. Let's look at the board options for the ESP32S3 build profile. Right now, the core debug level is set to none. Let's create a second profile with a different setting. I click the duplicate profile icon. This creates a copy of the current profile. Now I can open the board options and set the core debug level to verbose. I'll rename the profile so it's clear it's for debugging purposes. And I'll add a description for it. Keep in mind, some characters like parentheses or spaces can be used in profile names. I'll also rename the original profile so it's labeled for release. Now, from the vscode status bar, I click on the profile name and I can quickly choose which profile to use for compilation. Let's select ESP32S3 debug and recompile the project. With build profiles, you can have different board options for different needs and set them exactly how you want. I'd love to hear how you would use multiple profiles for debugging, testing, or maybe different hardware setups. Share your ideas in the comment below. Build profiles are perfect when you want to target different boards with the same Arduino project. Let's create a new folder called Tutorial and open it in VS Code. Let's now create a new sketch. I will call it Multiboard. I'll add a bit of Arduino JSON code just for testing. Since this is a brand new project, there are no build profiles yet. One of the easiest ways to create them is to start with the standard Arduino configuration. I'll show you another easy method later in the video. First, let's change the current board in the Select Your Board sidebar. Let's choose the Uno board. Then open the Profile Manager and create a Uno build profile. Alright, it's done. Now I'll switch the standard configuration to an ESP32S3 development module board. Then head back to the Profile Manager to create its profile. Now let's activate the build profiles here. I can choose which microcontroller to target in just a click. If you prefer, you can also toggle build profiles on or off in the Home tab and select the profile you want to use for compilation. Here's the amazing part. I can uninstall the AVR boards from my Arduino environment and I'll still be able to compile using my Uno build profile. The AVR boards will be downloaded automatically just for that build. That's pretty amazing. Let's say my project evolves and I add more libraries. For example, I'll add some JPEG code. If I try to compile using the ESP32S3 profile, it fails because the JPEG library isn't part of that profile. To fix it, I'll open the Profile Manager, click on the ESP32S3 profile, and add the JPEG library. Now when I compile, it works perfectly. The library is included as part of the build profile, ensuring the project always has exactly what it needs. So how the build profiles actually works? Build profiles are stored in a YAML file, a human-friendly data format created in 2004. The Arduino CLI uses it, and the Arduino Maker Workshop extension reads it so you can take advantage of build profiles right inside vscode. The file must be named exactly sketch.yaml. You can edit this file manually. We'll take a look at that later in the video. One of the easiest ways to add new build profiles to a project is to simply use an existing one and copy it into your sketch folder. I have one here with multiple profiles for different boards. I just drag and drop it into my sketch folder to replace the old one. Now when I open the profile manager, I can see all the new profiles, and I can adjust the libraries that fits my project easily. Let's now compile the Nano R4 profile. Once again, it does its magic. Downloaded the correct boards, and now it's ready to upload to a Nano R4 for testing. Which boards would you include in your build profiles? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious what combos you choose. Now let's look at the upload configuration in build profiles. I have an ESP32S3 connected to my computer. I'll open the ESP32S3 profile and change the port settings to use COM7, which is where my ESP32S3 is connected. Once that's set, all I have to do is select my ESP32S3 profile and click Upload. You can change any of the port settings you need. The serial port is used for uploading code to your board, and it's also the one the Arduino Maker Workshop extension will use when it opens the serial monitor for you. The other port settings are applied automatically, so the serial monitor is configured correctly right from the start. Using the YAML file in its build profile is a great way to share projects with others. When someone downloads your project, they won't have to worry about installing the right board variant or version, tracking down the correct libraries, or configuring all the board options manually, because the YAML file will be included. It makes life easier for the end user and for you, because it reduces the time you spend supporting your project. As of this recording, the Arduino IDE does not support the YAML sketch project file. If you open a project with one in the Arduino IDE, it will simply ignore it and does not even show in the file tabs. When support is eventually added, your Arduino IDE users will be able to take full advantage of the YAML file, just like you can now do in the Arduino Maker Workshop extension. This is the very first release of build profiles in the Arduino Maker Workshop extension for Visual Studio Code. I've made a lot of improvements to give you a smooth user experience, but you might still run into the occasional issue. If you do, don't hesitate to open an issue on my GitHub repository. When you deactivate build profiles, the sketch.yaml file is renamed to sketch.yaml.disabled. It's a bit annoying, but it's currently the only way to hide it from the Arduino CLI, since the CLI has no option to ignore a YAML file. When creating a build profile, it's based on your current configuration. That means if the board you want isn't installed yet, you'll need to install it first. You can avoid this if you edit the YAML file directly. I will show you in just a moment. You'll also notice that while a profile is being created, the YAML file is temporarily disabled if active, and then re-enabled after the profile is created. Even if you have verbose compile turned on, the only output you'll see is the YAML file itself. The Arduino CLI doesn't output anything else during that process. You can manually edit the YAML file, but be careful. YAML relies on indentation, much like Python, so it's easy to break. If the file contains errors, it will be automatically deactivated. You can use the Profile Manager to view the errors and to fix them. If you are careful and know what you are doing, you can change any part of the YAML file. You can change the version of the platform or library if you know if these versions exist. You can change the platform and libraries if you know exactly their names. You can even change the board options. Again, you must know exactly what to put there. This is why creating a new profile in the Profile Manager is so easy. It takes this burden off your shoulders. The drawback is that you must install the boards in your Arduino environment. Inside your project folder, you might notice additional build folders related to the profiles you've compiled. And IntelliSense is always based on your most recent compilation. When you view board options in a profile, the options shown are from the board version currently installed on your system, not the version specified in the profile. If the board isn't installed, you'll get a prompt asking you to install it. Whether you're juggling multiple boards, testing performance tweaks, or just tired of reconfiguring everything, and especially if you've ever been bitten by a board or library update breaking your setup, build profiles will save you time, headaches, and frustration. And if you made it all the way to the end, let me know with the build profiles for the win in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, hit like, subscribe so you don't miss the next tutorial. Thanks again for watching. You're awesome, and I see you in the next one.